Good morning, everyone. It's April 22nd, 2019. Man, that month went by, didn't it? My daughter's 8th birthday is in 4 days. 4 days. Anyway, I digress. I've been talking a lot about my Discord servers, our Discord servers, I should say, not mine, ours. They don't belong to me. They belong to us. And we're getting more and more folks over there, as I said. And one of the individuals I chat with there at Discord, Mike, turned me on to a channel, Safe Guy 46 or something like that. And I trolled Safe Guy a little bit, but he made a video about Civil War. And he posed the question, will the migrants from Mexico and other Latin American countries, will they be the army for the liberals? And it's not exactly the way he said it, but that's the nutshell, right? And here's the thing about this. Like 3 days ago, I did a video about white privilege. Specifically, who was inclined to buy into it and who was not. And we found in that video, the article, that Asians and black folks were the ones more likely to believe in white privilege, while Latin Americans or Latinos were the least likely to believe in white privilege. I think probably it will be difficult for the liberal side to get these people to fight for them if they don't buy into their ideology, i.e. white privilege, white everything, right? If they don't buy into that ideology, how are they going to get them to fight? I think the Latinos will probably make much better allies than the other two groups based on this notion of white privilege, or the lack in it, or lack of belief in it. Fair enough, a few of them do hate white people, but the numbers show that way more of them match more closely to our way of life than that of either black folks or Asians. And I find it very odd that Asians would have any kind of fucking problem with white people, considering they are able to come to the United States and make a very nice living, and the poor, downtrodden Asian is really the exception. They do very well in this country. So I fail to understand why they would have a problem with white people, but nonetheless they do. So, how will the Civil War start? And I got you. I see it. I mentioned many times now that white people would be the target of violence when the weather started to get better, and that our children were not off limits. They would be attacking our children. Now, this is going to only happen so many times before, white people and those who align with us are going to start retaliating. And since we have the higher ground, none of us are ever to harm a child. Ever. Even the only situation I can think that it would be an acceptable thing to do is if they are firing a weapon at you. And even then, if you can avoid or harming a child, you should. So, how long will it be until white people start really fighting back? Not that we haven't been. There's been instances where people fight back, but it has not turned into a contagion yet. We understand that a large portion of the United States population believes there will be a civil war in short order. And in that belief, it's very, very possible, if not probable, that this civil war will materialize. A lot of people want to believe it will be because of Donald Trump being impeached or something along those lines, but this is not the proper contagion. While he may have some popularity, I don't think people are ready to die for that guy, or any other for that matter. So we need to figure out what is worth dying for. It ain't a president. Donald Trump is not worth dying for. Is Donald Trump going to pay your medical bills or do anything to help you? No. Donald Trump will not. So, you will have to rely on your fellow American. You have to believe in them, not your leadership. Your leadership is completely corrupted, filled with pedophiles and other types of swamp creatures. You know, the swamp creatures that were supposed to be drained from the swamp. Did not happen, did it? Nor will it. Just like Hillary Clinton going to prison. No matter how much evidence they get on the Clinton family, and they got a lot, these people are the equivalent to royalty here. How many royals have you seen thrown in prison? So we're not going to be able to unite around an individual, but rather an idea. And that idea should be very simple. The notion of freedom. I say freedom, not liberty, as liberty is something granted to you from those you believe to have authority over you, whereas freedom is what you're born with. It's yours automatically. So freedom needs to be the uniting factor. One of these times, they're going to attack the wrong person, the wrong child. And that attack will be the contagion that I speak frequently about. Once that contagion hits a critical mass, you will have your civil war. And the guy that I refer to on this channel, and again, his name escapes me, but he started talking about how he thought the military would fight for the globalists, and I agree with that. He also said that after the battles, they're going to be going through these places and finding groups of mixed people, meaning there's going to be white people with black people with Mexicans, and white people with Mexicans. It's going to be a whole mixture of people, and they're going to realize that they've been bamboozled, according to this individual. And they may. And the same logic applied to the police there too. They may. But I think most of them are going to, and especially the police, will end up walking away and saying, fuck this, this is not worth not coming home to my family. But the force will not be Latin American immigrants. It will be made up of United Nations staff. They have these people in this country now. They have their equipment in this country now. They've been pre-staging this equipment for years. And we all know that when governments or entities like the UN do these things, they are preparing for war. Yes, we will end up fighting each other as Americans, but the United Nations is going to end up getting involved, and, well, they're going to be killed in the process. We can't have them people on our soil. We can't have them operating here. I mean, they are filled, the United Nations is filled with rapists, murderers, and pedophiles. They run amok all over this world, having their way with the citizens of various countries. That shit ain't gonna fly here. Yes, they may have some Latino people. Yes, Americans are going to be fighting each other. Yes, it's going to be very, very messy and very, very ugly. But we have no choice, lest we become an extincted species. Anyway, this video was requested by Mike. Mike, I hope it was adequate for you. If not, we can discuss it more in the Discord server. But the United Nations Strong Cities Initiative is the key to this. Till next time, kill the state, live free.